I'm here in Cahuita, Costa Rica, and I have with us Michael Lanfield, originally from Toronto, Canada, and he is the wonderful author of, let's see your books here.
I have one book right here, right now, The Lost Love, which is my kind of signature book. But I am the author of The Interconnectedness of Life, Our Path to Freedom, and my new one, Return to the Gentle Sea, for the love that lives in everyone. So I'm the author of 6 books. And of course, Karen's amazing book, and of course, Will's amazing book. So, thank you.
And so, Michael, you've written these books about love, respect, and interconnectedness with the creatures who we share this planet with.
Exactly.
Can you give me some feedback on why you wrote those books and what you wish to express with them?
When I awakened to this life, this new life I call it, because I don't think that I was even living before. For the first 26 years of my life, I was doing just what everyone's doing in our society, eating animals and their secretions. When I awakened, I essentially saw myself in another being. I felt interconnected to all living creatures, and also, of course, the earth. And I felt this way. I felt interconnected with all living beings, and this little voice came to me, and it said, if I profess to love animals and our earth, why am I still consuming animal products? And at the time I was consuming a lot of dairy or cheese, actually a lot of eggs, still consuming honey, still consuming all these products, and at that moment I didn't want anything to do with it. Because if I harmed or if I stole from them or got someone to do it on my behalf, I would also be harming a part of myself. So I said, no more will I be consuming animal products, any animal products for that matter. And even seeing animals as property was the thing that I did not want to partake in any longer. And the whole message for this earth and for people on this earth is really to understand that the reasons why we have a vast array of problems that are intricately linked to one another is because we see other beings, other animals as property. We see the earth as property. We see them, their things, as things to be used. We have this notion that we're above them, as in dominating them. But we're supposed to be above them, taking care of them, not to dominate them, not to harm them, not to see them as resources. And I think that is the whole purpose on earth, is to unconditionally love all of the creatures, including the earth. Everyone says this. All the great saints and sages and mystics of eons of time have said that really the two main things is to unconditionally love all of life. That's the first thing. And the second thing is practice that in our daily life, not just preach it. So that means veganism. And veganism really is showing the empathy and the kindness and the compassion towards all life. Not eating them, not wearing them, not testing them on them, not going to, using them for entertainment or anything that exploits them in any way. So
it's a very beautiful concept, yes, and very appropriate right here as we listen to howler monkeys in the background.
Wow. Yeah, we were just in Cahuita National Park, and it's so beautiful to just be in nature and to really deeply appreciate every aspect of it, because not only is everything interconnected and there's a whole world out there that's just so beautiful. When we take a look, for example, at a leaf, we don't see the significance of that leaf or the grass or the caterpillar or the ant or the snail, because we don't have that connection. We've lost that connection. And actually, intelligence is the ability to make connections. And we can't make these connections between our food choices and between everything. And someone might say, yeah, nature is beautiful and everything. But when they are not interconnected, they don't feel this interconnectedness, and they're still consuming animal products, they don't really feel that deepness. And especially if they're not practicing some kind of spiritual practice, or meditating, or having this understanding that we're all interconnected. I'm in everything, you know, I'm in all these other beings and they're in me. And that
Yes.
connection is so beautiful. And that is the reason why I live. And the other reason why I live is to spread this message, to share this message with everyone. Because the animals, the other animals don't have a voice like we have to express that to us. They may have their own voices in their own communities, in their own species, but nothing that we can actually really understand.
And they certainly don't have the voice to defend themselves from man.
Exactly,
And that is so important that we try to protect them.
exactly.
Even though we might have grown up on meat and animal foods, we can change that. It's not that hard to change once we find all these amazing, delicious foods that we can eat that are
Exactly,
vegan.
exactly. And I think it's more than just changing, it's actually reawakening ourselves to the way we were. And unfortunately, we were all indoctrinated. I mean, even before birth, because our parents are eating the foods that are not in our best interests. And so because of that, we're actually in our mother's womb. We're actually taking in all the food, all the dairy, all the eggs, all the flesh of animals. Even if we're vegetarians, we're still taking in the dairy and the eggs and the honey and whatever else. And that is starting from the first day we're in our mother's bodies, like creating, you know, procreating into small babies. And then eventually we get indoctrinated. But truly, love is the answer. And we have to include all of the creatures that we share this earth with. And that is the message of all my books, including the latest, Return to the Gentle Sea. And really it means to go back to the ocean. And our ocean is this body, our true nature. And that is the way I see it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you,
It was a
Karen. And don't
pleasure
forget
to-
Karen's book as well, and Will Tuttle's book, and all the books and the movies out there. It's very easy nowadays because there is, like, everywhere they sell fruits and veggies. And if you want beans, if you want rice, if you want all the other array of plant foods, grains, nuts, seeds, you name it, there's over 70,000 edible plants, and there's really no excuse.
You can have a very versatile diet.
Exactly. It may not be the best to buy from supermarkets, but if that's all we have, that's another, you know, option. But growing our own food veganically without animal inputs, growing it permaculturally, so really like our own urine from vegans, our own free manure, composting, like just looking at nature and seeing how nature works, the whole system. And I like that actually Marco was reading a book now, Whole by T. Colin Campbell. And I find that really pertinent to this discussion here, because we have to see everything as a whole and understand that we're dissecting every little thing, you know, and that's the problem. It's a reductionist mentality that we have. And it's me, it's you, it's this, it's that. No, it's all of us, and we share this home with. We have only one home. We have one home. We've been here who knows how long, and it's our duty and our right and our heart's yearning to actually, you know, be stewards on this earth. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you so much. Pura vida.
Pura vegana vida.
Pura
Pure vegan life.
Wonderful. Pura vegana
Vegana.
vida. Beautiful.
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.